The forests of North America hold many secrets. Ancient trees whisper tales of the past. They speak of spirits and shadows. One of the most terrifying is the legend of the Wendigo. This creature haunts the beliefs of the Algonquian people. It is a being of insatiable hunger and terrifying power. The Wendigo is not just a story told to frighten children. It embodies the fears of a people who lived close to nature. It reflects the very real danger of starvation and the cold grip of winter. To understand the Wendigo is to understand the harsh reality of life in the wilderness. The Wendigo serves as a warning. It tells of the dangers of greed, selfishness, and the darkest desires of the human heart. It is a reminder that even in the depths of despair, we must hold on to our humanity. The Wendigo is often depicted as a skeletal figure. Its body is gaunt, almost fleshless, with bones pushing against stretched, translucent skin. Its eyes burn with an unnatural hunger. Some say they glow like hot coals in the darkness. The creature's mouth is often described as a gaping maw. It is filled with rows of sharp, pointed teeth, perfect for tearing flesh. The Wendigo's breath is said to be cold, carrying the stench of decay and death. Descriptions of the Wendigo can vary between tribes. Some see it as a giant towering over the trees, others describe it as more human-sized, but no less terrifying. Regardless of its exact form, the Wendigo is always a creature of horror, embodying the darkest fears of those who believe. The Wendigo is not born, but made. Legends speak of its origins in different ways. Some say it is a spirit that possesses a human, twisting them into a monstrous mockery of their former selves. Others believe that a human can become a Wendigo through their own actions. Cannibalism is often cited as a sure path to becoming this beast. The act of consuming another human being, especially in times of desperation, can awaken the Wendigo within. The transformation is not instantaneous. It is a slow, agonizing process. The person becomes consumed by an insatiable hunger, a craving for human flesh that they cannot ignore. As they succumb to their baser instincts, they lose their humanity, becoming the very monster they feared. The defining characteristic of the Wendigo is its insatiable hunger. This is not simply a need for sustenance, it is an all-consuming desire, a craving that can never be satisfied. The Wendigo is constantly searching for its next meal. It stalks the forests and frozen wastelands, driven by an unending urge to feed. No matter how much it consumes, the hunger always returns, stronger than before. This hunger is symbolic of the darker aspects of human nature. It represents greed, selfishness, and the willingness to take from others, even at a terrible cost. The Wendigo serves as a warning against these impulses, urging us to control our desires before they consume us. Section 5. Madness in the Silence. The legend of the Wendigo is not just about a physical monster, it also speaks to a psychological phenomenon known as Wendigo psychosis. This culture-bound syndrome was observed among some Algonquian tribes. Individuals suffering from Wendigo psychosis experience a range of disturbing symptoms. They may become withdrawn, depressed, and experience vivid nightmares. The most terrifying symptom is an intense craving for human flesh, coupled with a fear of becoming a cannibal. Whether Wendigo psychosis is a genuine ailment or a cultural interpretation of other mental illnesses is debated. However, its existence highlights the psychological impact of the Wendigo legend. It shows how deeply ingrained the fear of this creature is within the Algonquian psyche. Section 6. Swift Runner, A Tale of Winter's Bite. The story of Swift Runner is one of the most well-known cases attributed to Wendigo psychosis. In the winter of 1878, Swift Runner, a Plains Cree trapper, was starving with his family. Driven to desperation, he killed and ate his family. Swift Runner later confessed to his crimes, claiming he was possessed by a Wendigo spirit. He was tried and executed for his crimes. The case sparked debate about the nature of Wendigo psychosis and whether Swift Runner was truly possessed or simply driven to madness by hunger. The story of Swift Runner serves as a tragic reminder of the dangers of isolation and the very real consequences of succumbing to the darkest impulses of human nature. It is a stark illustration of the fine line between sanity and madness, especially in the face of extreme hardship. Section 7. The Wendigo's Mark on the World. The Wendigo is more than just a monster in Algonquian folklore. It can be seen as a powerful metaphor for the destructive forces that threaten to consume us all. The creature's insatiable hunger can be interpreted as a representation of greed, colonialism, and the exploitation of both people and nature. Just as the Wendigo devours everything in its path, colonialism has historically consumed resources and cultures, leaving destruction in its wake. The Wendigo's association with winter and starvation can also be linked to the hardships faced by indigenous communities as a result of environmental degradation. The Wendigo's legend, therefore, serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked consumption and the importance of respecting the delicate balance of nature. It reminds us that our actions have consequences, and that greed can ultimately lead to our own destruction. Section 8, into the realm of fiction. The Wendigo, with its chilling presence and rich symbolism, has transcended its origins in Algonquian folklore to capture the imaginations of writers, filmmakers, and artists beyond indigenous cultures. Its appearance in popular culture reflects a fascination with the monstrous and the darkness that can lurk within humanity. Algernon Blackwood's 1910 novella The Wendigo is considered a classic of horror literature and helped introduce the creature to a wider audience. Stephen King's Pet Sematary features a terrifying Wendigo-like creature, demonstrating the monster's enduring power to frighten. From comics to video games, the Wendigo has become a staple creature in horror, often serving as a symbol of the wilderness's untamed and unforgiving nature. Its image and legend continue to evolve, reflecting our ongoing fascination with the monstrous and the dark side of human nature. Section 9. A monster for the modern age. The Wendigo, though rooted in ancient stories, remains a relevant and potent figure in contemporary society. Its legend continues to resonate with audiences, perhaps because it speaks to the anxieties of our time. In a world grappling with climate change, resource depletion, and the consequences of unchecked consumption, the Wendigo's insatiable hunger serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of our own destructive tendencies. It urges us to consider the impact of our actions on the environment and each other. The Wendigo's enduring presence in popular culture suggests that its story still holds valuable lessons for us. It reminds us to control our appetites, respect the natural world, and recognize the monstrous potential that lies dormant within us all.